everyone, welcome to another reading vlog. I don't know if this one is going to be a 2-week long or 1 week long, depends on how I do. As usual, you can hear my washing machine on the background, apologies for that. But it is Monday today, the 11th of November. It's been quite a busy day, so I've not had a chance to read at all today, and it is already 4:30 in the afternoon, but oh well, I will be reading something in the evening. But I've been kind of naughty today. I went to Waterstones and bought 2 books, but oh well. And I also got a lovely card, which is this one. I think it's really pretty. I really like it, and every time I see a nice postcard that looks different than normal ones, or just a nice looking card, especially with illustrations like this, illustrations of nature and just normal different interesting things, I just try to get them, because I find every time I want to buy a card for somebody for a specific event or even for their birthday, I can never find anything interesting. It just always seems to be boring, so I just try to collect them whenever I see them, different cards, birthdays or just blank cards, Christmas cards, anything that I see in different shops and anything that I fancy, I just get them straight away. And then I've got a little bit of a pile. I've got a few of those cards as well, and then whenever I need one, I can just take it from there or just keep it for myself if I really want to. But anyway, the books that I got today is one of the ones that I've wanted for a while. That is The Familiars by Stacey Holmes. This one is a historical fiction that is set in Lancashire in 1612. This one is about this 17-year-old girl who is married and pregnant for the 4th time. But apparently all of her children, she either miscarried them or they died. It doesn't actually explain. But her husband is desperate for an heir, so she now is trying to get help from this young midwife who promises to help her give birth to a healthy baby. But then this midwife is being accused of being a witch. And also apparently our main character is now potentially in trouble, as well as this girl who is helping her to have a baby. So it sounds really good, and I've wanted this for a while, so now I finally have it. I already added to my TBR box, and to my TBR list that I've updated now today. So yeah. And then another one is Bone China by Laura Purcell. I've read the first book by her, which is The Silent Companions. I listened to that one as an audiobook. Really enjoyed it. I even bought it as a physical copy as well, so that one day I'm sure I will reread it, because it was really good and really interesting and like my kind of thing, a little bit creepy, gothic, compelling. And then I also got The Corset, which is the second book by her. I've got it as well, but I'm too lazy to go into the bedroom and get them from there. But this one is her 3rd book. I've not read the second one, but this one just sounds really good, and it's another historical fiction. Consumption has ravaged Louise Pinecroft's family, leaving her and her father alone and heartbroken. But Dr. Pinecroft has plans for a revolutionary experiment. Convinced that sea air will prove to be the cure his wife and children needed, he arranges to house a group of prisoners suffering from the disease in the cliffs beneath his new Cornish home. While he devotes himself to his controversial medical trials, Louise finds herself increasingly discomfited by the strange tales her new maid tells of the fairies that hunt the land, searching for those they can steal away to their realm. 40 years later, Hester Y arrives at Moorthorne House to take up a position as nurse to the now partially paralysed and almost entirely mute Miss Pinecroft. Hester has fled to Cornwall to try and escape her past, but surrounded by superstitious staff enacting bizarre rituals, she soon discovers that her new home may be just as dangerous as her last. The end paper looks quite nice as well, and also it is signed by the author as well. Do you know, when I was in Waterstones, I picked up 5 books that I wanted to get, all of them. I wanted to get The Binding, obviously these 2, The Glass Woman, can't remember the author at the moment, and Wonderhurst, that is on my list as well. But then I kind of was limited because I'm supposed to only get my TBR up to 20, and that at the moment, with having bought these 2, my TBR at the moment is 25, so that's not really ideal. And so I limited myself. Or rather my husband helped me with that, to just buying 2 books, but it was really difficult. But hopefully I'll get some for Christmas as well. I'm gonna try and make that happen. But yes, for now I'm just gonna try and edit at least half of the last 2-week vlog, because I've not done it yet, and ideally I want it to be up tomorrow. So yes, and now that I've made a proper updated list of my TBR books, I am thinking of making a video like I did last year, I believe it was, that I've combined all of my physical TBR, all of the books that I've got, and then, considering it was a year ago, I could tell you which ones I've read. I could tell you which ones out of those I've read and which ones are new that I've added. If you're interested, I could potentially do that. But yeah, most likely I'm just going to update you tomorrow if I have anything to say, if I read anything tonight, which most likely is going to happen. But for now, like I said, I'm going to edit, then I'm going to cook, and then see what happens. So yeah, bye. Hi guys, it is Tuesday the 12th of, what's the month? November. Apologies for the bad light. I just watched my vlog, the previous week's vlog, and I can see that the light is terrible. But it's the evening and I can't really do a lot about it. I've not read a hell of a lot from yesterday, but I've read a whole short story from Under My Hat, and the short story was called The Threefold World by Ellen Kushner. It was like 20 pages long. I did not enjoy the short story as much at all. I kind of dozed off a few times, not exactly fallen asleep, but it was just a little bit boring, to be honest with you, so I wasn't a huge fan. But that means I am just over halfway through, which I'm really happy with. I don't think I'll be reading any of that today, because I feel like from time to time I just need something else and not read these short stories, because I'm not a fan of short stories in the first place, and these ones don't seem to be very captivating. Like from all of the short stories that I've read so far, I've not loved any one of them, so I think it says something. And then also last night I read a little bit more from The Crow Garden, and now I'm on page 63. I've not done a huge amount of progress. I was really tired yesterday whilst reading it. I'm planning to read some more today. It's turning more into a more interesting thing, a little bit more kind of what I didn't even expect it to be, but even creepier than I thought. So I don't know if that's our main character's imagination or if that's actually happening in real life. I'll have to find out when I read. I think I'm going to read a little bit more from that tonight. It was a really busy day at work today. I'm really tired and slightly stressed as well, but I'm looking forward to reading in bed in the evening. I mean, it's already like 8 o'clock. Yep, 8 o'clock, so I'm gonna quickly shower and then just read that as well. It's not gonna be a quick shower though, because I need to wash my hair, but you don't really need to know that. That's all I wanted to tell you. Most likely tomorrow I will be working all day, and I think in the evening I have plans, so I don't think I'll be reading a lot tomorrow or update you tomorrow. So most likely I'll update you on Thursday, maybe. We'll see. Anyways, bye. Hi guys, it is Thursday today. I haven't really got a lot to update you on because I've not been reading as much as I'd like, and for the past couple of days I've been working a lot more this week than normal, so I get tired quite quickly, and then by the time I'm reading in bed I'm already so tired and my brain doesn't really want to consume the information, so my brain gets tired and I want to go to bed. I've done some progress in this book, and that's the only book I've been reading for the past few days. I am currently on page 92. Like I said, it's not really that far. I still haven't got a clue of what actually is going on with his patient, so I'm not sure what's happening, but I think it has the potential of being really interesting, but we'll have to find out a bit later. So I don't know when I'll update you again, but we'll see. Anyways, bye. Hi everyone, today is Sunday. I don't even know the date. The 17th of November, I think. I've not updated you in a while. That is simply because I've been working a lot this week. I've done 53 with something hours this week, which for me is quite a lot. I was tired every day and yeah, I was tired every day and didn't really. I was still reading, but I was quite sleepy when I was reading, and I was only reading already in bed, so after that I just literally fell asleep. I've not done much progress in Under My Hat. I don't think I've read any of the stories after I told you. Last one still that I've read, I think, was the Threefold World. I think I told you about that one. And then still no progress in this one. I've not touched it for days. I'm still on page 54. Don't really want to even pick that one up for some reason. But then the book that I have been reading for the past few nights, like 20 pages every day or so, is this one, and I'm currently on page 111. Still haven't really got a lot of opinion on it. It's still kind of going into the story because it is quite a big book, I suppose. I'm only like a quarter of the way through. Still haven't got a lot to say about it, like I said, but it is interesting. It's just a slow book for me because the writing style is quite dense, as I was explaining before. It reads like a classic book, and I usually struggle with those a little bit. So yeah, but I'm still enjoying this one. And then also I started another book yesterday because I just fancied starting another historical fiction, but not the one that I was reading. So I started The Corset by Laura Purcell. She is the author of The Silent Companions that I have already read. I've got a physical copy after I've listened to the audiobook because I thought at some point I'm just going to reread it, so I bought it as well, so it's somewhere there on my shelf. But considering I recently also bought Boy in China, I was just in the mood to read something else by her, and I didn't want to read that one before I read her second one, which is this one. So I thought I would start this one. I literally read the first chapter, so I'm on page 12 next time I read it. But again, I was quite tired. I think it started literally yesterday, maybe? Or Friday, I can't remember when. But yeah, this one I don't have a lot to say about it, but it sounds more interesting than at first I initially thought. I'll just read you the back of the book. Dorothy Truelove is young, wealthy, and beautiful. Ruth Butterham is young, poor, and awaiting trial for murder. When Dorothy's charitable work leads her to Oakgate Prison, she finds herself drawn to Ruth, a teenage seamstress, and self-confessed murderess who nurses a dark and uncanny secret. A secret that is leading her straight to the gallows. As Ruth reveals her disturbing past to Dorothy, the fates of these two women entwine, and with every revelation, a new layer of doubt is cast. Can Ruth be trusted? Is she mad or a murderer? That sounds really cool to me, and all of the praise says like classical Victorian tale of murder, most foul, twisted with a curious supernatural thread, and intricate, atmospheric, and chilling, with a wonderfully dark premise at its heart. So yeah, basically everything says that this is gothic and twisty and stuff like that. So I'm really, really excited to just carry on with this book whenever I can. Maybe today. But it is already like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Luckily, I've got my day off tomorrow. I hope it's going to be another busy week though, but at least I've got my day off, which is really good. I'm looking forward to that. Today, me and my husband went to Cheddar Gorge, which is like a mountainy area, which is amazing. We've been there before. We were climbing, well, not climbing, just walking on the like mountain tops, and that was amazing. We did it in summer. This time I literally went just to walk around the village, go into a few shops, even though it's a small area. Basically, we went there to buy a present for somebody, but because we noticed it last time. So yeah, and we went to a nice and cozy tea room, which is, I can't remember what it's called at the moment, Holly House Tea Rooms, I think that's the name, which was quite nice. Just a nice change to have breakfast and lovely coffee and tea in a tea room. I love tea rooms, like cozy tea rooms in different towns, especially like small towns. It doesn't really have to be small towns anyway, because they always have different atmosphere about them. There's always something unique about every single one of them. They're not like Costa or Cafe Nero or whatever. Those places are everywhere and they just are the same. But like nice and cozy tea rooms, they're different in every single one that I've been so far. They're all different, they have different atmosphere, they're unique. There's some character about them, so I prefer those to different Costas and whatever. So that was quite nice to have breakfast and a coffee there. And for now, I'm gonna play my piano for a little bit because I really wanna do it. Then I think I might read for a little bit. I'm not sure which book. Potentially the Crow Garden, because I'm kind of in the mood to continue on with that one. And then I'm planning to have a bath tonight as well with another Radiohead album. I think the next one I'll be listening to will be In the Rainbows or something. So I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, I've got a nicely planned day ahead. We'll see if I actually do any reading. We'll see you maybe tomorrow, most likely tomorrow. Bye. Hi guys, it is Monday the 18th of November, my day off, and as usual you can probably hear the washing machine going, because that's what I do on Mondays, clearly. Today has been quite a nice start to the day, to the week rather than day, but yeah. My crazy cat's making noises. It's only 20 past 12. I've been reading The Crow Garden by Alison Littlewood. I've made quite significant progress, I think. Now I'm in part 2, chapter 2, and that is page 173. At the moment, I do have a lot more thoughts than I had before, because I've obviously gone closer to halfway through, and it's turning into something potentially really, really creepy and really interesting. I'm not struggling with the writing style as much as I was at the beginning, maybe because I always do have this problem with getting into books. When I just start reading them, I find it quite difficult at first to get into the story. I'm fine when I'm like keep going and just go further and further into the book, but I do struggle at the beginning sometimes. Even with Russian books, I don't understand what my problem is. Maybe I just need some time to adjust to the book, to the writing style, to the plot, to the characters. Maybe all of that affects it. But whilst I'm in the story, I'm not struggling really anymore. At first I wasn't a huge fan of our main character, the Dr. Nathaniel Kerner. I wasn't a huge fan of him, and like there is a mystery, I think, like a secret about what happened to him and between him and his father, and he sort of mentioned it at the very beginning of the story, and I felt slightly annoyed because I thought it was quite a bit too early for the story to actually be there, whilst we still don't know him, whilst we were just at the beginning of the story. But now I think it kind of starts to make slightly more sense. I'm hoping for it to be described a bit more, because for now it's more like glimpses of what happened, and I don't really know what happened. I don't know if that was my fault that I missed it, or if it just wasn't mentioned in the book yet. But it is quite intriguing so far, and it's turning into something, like I said, a bit more creepier than I thought it was going to be. I don't know how much I can tell you about it, because it's not really described in the on the back of the book, so I'm not sure if I can even tell you what it's kind of turning into, what this book deals with. But it is creepy and dark, but not to the point that it is like a horror novel. Although I think it kind of is trying to go into that direction. I don't know if it's going to get worse in that way, but I'm intrigued and I definitely want to keep reading it. I think this was gonna become my priority. But also today I managed to finally read another story from under my hat, and the story that I've read might be actually my favorite from what I've read so far, and that one is called The Witch in the Wood by Delia Sherman. That one was an interesting one. I really enjoyed it, and yeah, And you know, I was thinking today, if I try and read a short story per day, I will be able to finish a short story collection by the end of the month. And then if I try hard, I will even be able to finish this one. So that could be at least a little bit read for the month of November. Otherwise, I'm not sure. I keep starting new books, not really making progress in them, and then just being in the middle of a few books. I'm not a fan of doing that, but then at the same time I just can't help myself, and I just, yeah, my mood changes. I want to read something different, then I want to come back to the book that I started before and stuff like that. So it's kind of difficult in that way. But yeah, so for now my plan is to have my lunch whilst potentially watching something. Then I'm gonna try and edit my Primark haul video. I'm not really motivated. I was thinking of doing a review on Little, but I'm just not feeling it today. Oh great, my washing machine is making this kind of noise now. Sorry about that. So yeah, I'm not sure if I'll do that. I might still collect my thoughts at some point to just literally do a review for whenever I am free, which this week is going to be really stressful again, I feel like. So I'm not looking forward to the week. So I don't know how things are going to go, but yeah. Then I'm going to be speaking to my parents, then trying to play the piano, go food shopping, and then hopefully in the evening I'll have some more time to read this book, unless I feel like reading something else. But yeah, my reading for now is stopped for today, at least before the evening. So yeah, most likely I'll update you potentially Thursday, because tomorrow and potentially Wednesday I'll have plans for the evening. So yeah, I'll see you maybe Thursday. Bye. Hi, just a quick kind of update. It is Thursday today, the 21st of November. It was a very, very stressful day at work. So now I'm just chilling on the sofa. I watched The Goldbergs, which I actually really enjoy recently, and now I'm watching The Big Bang Theory. I could be reading as well as yesterday, but I've been so stressed at work that I don't want to read. I just want to put TV on and watch it. That's all I want to do. Although now I'm going to have my bath soon with some music on. In terms of reading, I don't think I've done a lot of reading. I've read one more short story, which I can't even remember now, and I really don't want to go and get my book just to tell you the name of the story. Sorry about that. Tomorrow is going to be another stressful day. So Saturday, I feel like. So I don't know what's going to happen with my reading, to be honest. But, oh well. We'll see. Anyway, bye. Hi, it feels like absolutely forever since I've updated you last. It is Monday the 25th of November, and I'm here today to just close off the vlog. I don't remember the last time I even spoke to you. But yeah, just before, so I actually quite like my sort of natural sort of makeup look today. Everything's kind of nude colours. I'm really into it, so I might be using that a little bit more. Today is my day off, luckily. I worked so hard last week. I've done 52 hours, I think, which maybe some people do a lot more, but I normally do 43, maybe 44. Depends. But it was just stressful, a very stressful week, because I was mostly there on my own, because we were 2 people down this week and the week before. This week is going to be slightly less difficult, but I'm not looking forward to it this week. Yeah, so never mind. I wanted to say something else and I completely forgot. So yeah, considering also how busy I have been, I don't know if that is the reason or one of the reasons why I'm feeling so down mentally. I almost feel like I'm struggling almost every day with like literally anything and everything. So I find it quite difficult. So I wasn't really particularly in the mood to read last week, so I barely read anything. I would prefer to watch TV or do something else. Mostly it was literally watching TV because it was distracting me from my thoughts, and it means that I didn't really have to think of anything because I would just be staring at the TV. Mostly was The Goldbergs and The Big Bang Theory, and Yeah. Now, by the way, if you can hear anything, that's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, because all of a sudden I just fancied doing that. Because again, when I'm feeling that low, I need something comforting. Funnily enough, I'm wearing my Harry Potter pajamas as well. It says Harry Hogwarts is my home. I am gonna get dressed at some point, maybe, although I'm not sure, because it is my day off, so who cares? We might go food shopping today though, but anyway, I don't know. So for now, I'm just going to tell you, just to refresh your memory, my memory, about the books that I'm in the middle of. So this book, The Corset, wasn't really on my TBR for the rest of the year, but if you remember, I also have a free choice of a book, which means I can pick up any of the books that I fancy on my TBR, and that was the one that I really fancied at some point. I'm not gone far into it. I think I'm chapter 2, page 22. Haven't really got a strong opinion on it, obviously. It is compelling, and it has, I think, quite an promising. I think it's quite promising so far. It's told from two perspectives. So as far as I'm aware, one chapter is from the killer, and the other one is from the girl who's actually listening to her and things like that. Although I think sometimes they go in different orders. Anyway, not got a strong opinion on it, but I'm quite interested in it so far. It's captivated me enough, so I'm gonna keep reading it at some point whenever I'm ready for reading again. Then also The Crow Garden. I am getting closer to halfway through. Not quite there yet, obviously. I'm on part 2, I think I'm in, and that is page 173. So yeah, I am still enjoying it. It's gone into a slightly different direction than it was before, but I'm still enjoying this book. So yeah, looking forward to reading and continuing with it at some point. And then the book that I don't think I've even touched this week, maybe last week, Welcome to Rosie Hopkins' Sweet Shop of Dreams. I think it was my TBR for October. I'm still on page 54, not read it. I don't think I was in the mood for romance or anything like that. I just wasn't. So this still is just an ongoing thing. I think I might put it down for a little bit. I don't really like doing that. But at the same time, if I'm not ready for a book, then why force yourself to read it? Then I've read one more short story from Under My Hat. I still didn't bother to put the cover on. But as you can see, I'm definitely over halfway through. And the last short story that I read was actually a while ago, but it was called No, The Card for It. Wait a minute. No. Witch. I liked The Witch in the Wood. I think I told you about that one. That one was interesting. Witch was a bit weird. I didn't really enjoy that one. Again, I think it was a little bit teenagery and strange, so I didn't see the meaning of that one. The next one's going to be The Carved Forest. I don't know when I'm going to be ready for this one, but I think with this one I don't really need to hurry and read through it, because it is a short story collection. If I don't read a short story, I'm not losing anything, I'm not forgetting anything. I don't need to keep my attention on this book because it's literally a short story. So maybe I'll be fine with just reading it at whatever pace I'm ready to read it. Whenever I feel like I want to read a witch story, I could just go and grab the book and read it. But watching Harry Potter today actually made me want to read this again. I was kind of in the middle of reread at some point. I started this Goblet of Fire a few months ago. I've literally read the first chapter. So if I continue with that one, I'll start with chapter 2. I'm kind of excited. I don't know if this feeling will pass that I won't want to read it afterwards. I don't know, but like I said again, in my mental state, that might be a good place to go if I'm feeling low or down, because they're really comforting and I love them with all my heart. So yeah, that's the end of the vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm not sure what exactly I filmed for the past few weeks, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments which interesting books you've been reading, if you've DNF'd anything recently, or if you've discovered any of your favorites. just let me know, chat to me about really anything. I always like that. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.